This is my Working in Construction and Engineering project by Harold Ash. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about me working at my job at Penn Eastern Engineering and all of the job titles I have and also all of the responsibilities that come with it. Because in construction, it could be dangerous and there's a lot to do. For inspection, I have to make sure that there's a safe work environment for me and all of the workers around. I also have to make sure that the road is repaired the correct way. And if something is broken in the road, because a lot of the times the contractor does break something, that it gets repaired the right way, and also have to take clear notes and pictures. Hard hats are required for anyone that enters the job site, because a lot of the times the machines are picking up heavy objects and rocks that could fall loose and hit you in the head, and possibly kill you if you're not wearing the right hat. Reflective vests are also a must, so cars on the road can see you coming, and also the people operating the machines can easily see you. Road closed and road work ahead signs are a must, and have to be at the appropriate distance. Because if a car is coming up the road, they have to know that the road is being worked on and that they cannot go that way. Also, a lot of the times people come up to you and ask, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on?" And you have to tell them to go away. When the contractor is excavating the road more than 5 feet deep, you have to have a trench box installed, because that trench box stops the edges of the roads from caving in on the workers inside, and a lot of the times that can't happen. You just got to make sure that it doesn't for their safety. If the road is not filled in and compacted the right way, potholes could form, and in PA, potholes are kind of the main thing that's wrong with our roads. The fill for the road is two-way modified, and it has to be compacted by a machine, and you can't just let them dump it all into the road and not compact it. When paving the road, it's important to have the correct amount of blacktop installed for the base and the top coat as well, and then after it is put into the road, it is rolled by a huge machine to compact it all down tight, and then after that, the edges of the road and everything in the road have to be sealed with tar. If something gets broken in the road, before a contractor starts digging, a one call must be done. A one call is when utility companies come out and paint on the road where their pipes are underneath the ground, so contractors know when they are. And sometimes contractors end up hitting them because of mismarkings or they just don't see them. When a break does happen, it's my job to call the appropriate utility company to come and fix it if necessary. But sometimes the contractors have their own tools that could fix the problem itself. This is the reason for having inspectors in the first place, because a lot of the times they don't get fixed and then bigger problems end up happening. When inspecting, you must fill out a report for every job that you go to during the day, and that has to be a step-by-step process of everything they do. And along with that, it has to deal with broken pipes and everything else that happens during the day that went wrong. You have to kind of mark it down just so they know what happened. And then you have to take detailed pictures as well, because a lot of the times the higher-ups want to know what the pipes look like in the ground when it's done. And obviously they can't see that from looking on top and all the dirt's put back into the road. So they like to have very detailed pictures of the pipe put together and everything that goes along with it. Now, surveying. Surveying, there's a lot of responsibilities. I have to make sure the work van is stocked with the supplies needed for the job. I also have to make sure that we have the right equipment needed for the job as well, because some jobs require different equipment. I have to stake out large construction sites so the contractors know exactly where to build. Different job requires different materials. Some jobs require nails and paint, and then other jobs require stakes and hubs. And some jobs require more resources than others. Some jobs you're only putting in 10 to 15 stakes. Other jobs could require to over 100. Different jobs require different equipment, like I said. Some jobs require a GPS unit, which is made for bigger highway jobs, so it's easier to set up with. And then you have a transit, which is kind of more accurate for a pinpoint location and used more for elevation. If the job is taking measurement depth of manholes, you need appropriate tools for that, because you can't just open that with your hands. You need certain tools to be able to open up the manhole, and also certain tools for measurement. You can't just stick a regular tape measure down there and, yep, that's how deep the hole is. No, there's certain tools for it as well. And also the gas for the car, because we travel 2 hours away. The main part of the job, laying out structures for contractors, and mainly this is done by hammering in stakes into the ground and then writing on the stake what that stake represents, that point location. So the contractor knows exactly what goes in there and how deep to dig. Some of the projects require more work than others. If a contractor needs an offset for the structure that they are building, then it's going to triple to double your workload because obviously you have to do everything twice, which could take up a lot of time. And sometimes you get lucky and the job's really easy. And some jobs only require paint, which is sprayed on the road or just writing out the description of a nail you put into the road. And we use pink paint to represent survey paint. And like I said, some jobs are just really easy where you're working the road, putting a nail in the road and spraying it up with some paint. Most importantly, you got to keep yourself and your coworkers safe. A lot of the time you're working in an active roadway or even on the highway itself, and you have tractor trailers and 18-wheelers speeding right on by you. They don't care. And you just got to make sure that you're alert and that your coworkers are alert and that everybody's being safe. And even on a regular job site that's not on a road, you have massive machines that are the size of 2-story houses driving right on by you. So you got to make sure that you have enough room for them to pass and that they see you, and also people that are driving the big excavators know that you're standing right there in your way. Because the number one is make sure you're safe and make sure your coworkers are safe. And thank you very much. That was my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it.